We often picture the world's biggest vehicles floating across oceans or soaring in the skies. But some land-based giants can outdo many ships and jets in sheer size. Today, we'll show you the biggest land vehicles ever built, starting with Liebherr T284 mining truck. This monster isn't your typical pickup. It's about 32 feet wide and over 27 feet tall. That's roughly the height of a two-story house sitting on massive wheels. It's a haul truck, so it's built to lug huge loads of rock, dirt, or whatever the mine spits out. Empty, it tips the scales at about 240 tons, but it can move an additional 360 tons of cargo without any issues. That's like hauling a whole neighborhood's worth of broken hearts, or something equally heavy. If you ever spot one in action, you might feel a bit small, but hey, at least your fuel bill is cheaper. So, let's see what we've got next. Hitachi EX8000-6. When a shovel won't cut it, you call this mining excavator. Its arm reaches over 70 feet, and it picks up 170,000 pounds in one load. That amount could bury every bad decision you've ever made. It moves at 1.2 miles per hour, but it's not built for racing. The body weighs around 800 tons, and the tracks keep it steady. This thing lifts mountains of dirt easily and effectively. But this next machine has a different meaning to power as we know it. Terex RH400. The Terex RH400 swapped mining gear for movie fame as the Decepticon scavenger in one of the Transformers movies. In real life, it digs up dirt and rocks in mines. It's 11 meters long, 10 meters high, and weighs 900 tons. Its bucket holds enough material to make your garage look tidy. Powered by a 16-cylinder, 4,500 horsepower engine, it takes 16,000 liters of fuel. Whether on-screen or underground, the RH400 keeps things moving. Just don't ask it to take a coffee break. Overburden Conveyor Bridge F60. Stretching 1,647 feet, the F60 is longer than the Eiffel Tower is tall. For nearly 30 years, it worked in a Mozambique coal mine, lifting dirt and rock 60 meters above the ground. Every hour, it moved 55,000 tons of material. That's like pulling up a soccer field 26 feet high. The bridge sat on two wheels, crawling along narrow trails with its 13,600-ton frame. It didn't race, but it got the job done. Maybe one day they'll repurpose it to give someone's mom a never-ending drive. Komatsu L-2350. This loader lifts 160,000 pounds at once. About the weight of a Boeing 727, it moves on four big wheels, ready to make it through a construction site. People love to grab photos of it, so let's not try to lose a toe in the process. When the bucket's raised, it reaches almost 44 feet high. If you want to put your private plane on a tall house, this thing, it might help. Each tire costs around 100 grand, which is great news if you really enjoy crying at the mechanic's bill. Let's see what we have next then. 4100 AC mining shovel. This machine digs with steel ropes and electric motors. Each dig moves around 180,000 pounds of dirt, and the bucket alone holds 1,700 cubic feet. That means 50 scoops could fill an Olympic pool, though a 31-foot drop might ruin someone's day below. It's built to handle massive loads with ease of operation, so it won't break speed records, but it might break the ground under your feet, so watch your step. The next machine will give you the climactic thrill you've been waiting for. Bagger 288. Meet the Bagger 288 from Germany. It's a bucket wheel excavator used for strip mining coal. This machine cleared entire surfaces to find coal. This machine cleared entire surfaces just to find coal, making some people wonder, what couldn't it do in those terrains? It costs over $100 million, but it moves 220,000 tons of dirt every day. That's like sending 2,400 coal wagons down the tracks daily. Its digging head is 21 meters wide with 18 buckets, each holding 6.6 cubic meters. The Bagger 288 stretches over 220 meters long and stands 96 meters tall. It's not easy to move, but it keeps thousands of trucks busy and pumps money into the economy every day. NASA Crawler. Meet NASA's Crawler Transporter. It costs $144 million and weighs 3,300 tons, about 15 times Lady Liberty. It measures 8 meters high, 40 meters long, and 35 meters wide, which could fit a pro baseball infield on top. It only moves at 1.6 kilometers per hour when carrying an 18 million pound rocket. Unloaded, it moves along at 3.2 kilometers per hour. 2 cabins sit on opposite corners, so the driver just walks to the other side instead of reversing. The biggest challenge is turning around though. Let's just say pedestrians can outpace it on foot, but at least they don't have to move a giant rocket-hauling slab of steel. Caterpillar 6090FS. Meet the Caterpillar 6090FS, the biggest hydraulic shovel on the planet. It can lift 103 tons at once and move almost 10,000 tons of earth every hour. This giant stretches 13.5 meters long and stands at 10 meters tall, weighing in at 1,102 tons. Based on the BelAZ RH400, it inspired the Decepticon Demolisher in Transformers 2. Built for mining and heavy lifting, it tackles jobs other machines can't. It's so large, finding a parking spot for it is a joke. Up next, something even more monstrous. Big Muskie. Big Muskie weighed 12,200 tons and stood nearly 22 stories tall. It took 340 rail cars and 260 trucks to move its parts. Then, workers spent 200,000 hours putting it all together. When finished, it measured 148 meters long, 46 meters wide, and 68 meters high. Its 170 cubic meter bucket could fit 2 buses side by side, plus all the awkward family secrets you'd rather forget. Powered by 18 motors of 1,000 horsepower each and 10 more at 625 horsepower, it devoured electricity just like a small city. Over 22 years, it's moved more earth than the Panama Canal project. By 1991, rising costs and shifting energy preferences, they sent Big Muskie into retirement, but the next machine didn't need any retirement to make its mark. BelAZ 75710. Meet the BelAZ 75710, the biggest dump truck on Earth. It stretches 20 meters long and stands at 8.2 meters tall. This truck can carry 450 tons. Designed for Russian mines, it has 8 wheels and 2 16-cylinder diesel engines, powering 4 electric motors. Its torque is 24 times that of a Formula 1 car, and it can turn within a 20-meter radius. It uses 1,300 liters of fuel every 100 kilometers, and it costs around $6 million. While it consumes fuel, mining companies think it's worth every penny. Caterpillar 797B. Working in a big mine, you may have seen the Caterpillar 797B. It weighs 623 tons and it measures 15 meters long and tall. That's like 3 giraffes stacked up or 100 elephants standing side by side. With a 3,700 horsepower engine, it can lift 360 tons and dump it into its huge bed. Each truck costs around $5 million, and filling it up takes about $8,000 with today's gas prices. This truck moves tons of rock, but it also moves money out of the mine owners' pockets. Maybe one day it'll finally figure out how to pay for its own coffee. Panzer VIII Maus tank. In World War II, Germany planned the Panzer VIII Maus as a giant war machine. They built 2 hulls and 1 turret before the Soviets showed up, ending the project. At 10.2 meters long, 3.7 meters wide, and weighing 188 tons, it was no sports car. A 128mm gun topped this beast, ready to punch holes in enemy defenses. The biggest headache was building an engine strong enough to move it, yet small enough to fit inside. They tried, but it never went into full production. Maybe that spared us all from a slow-moving metal box flattening the landscape. What are your thoughts on these machines? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on upcoming content. Also, check out these interesting videos that we have for you. See you in the next one.